Sebastian pass under the red arch that they started under and now down onto the carpet and towards the finishing straight here. Here he comes. And 13, 9, 10.
It was really a good race, but the win was incredibly difficult to break.
Up next for Cheptegei is a series of European engagements, but the most eagerly awaited are the Olympics, which World Athletics President Sebastian Coe is optimistic will happen amidst COVID-19.
I think it'll be a great season. I really genuinely think that. And look, you know, there's been a lot of speculation and conjecture, but, you know, plan A is the Tokyo Games in a safe and secure environment. And look, we really do have to do everything we can to get that up and off the ground, because, you know, you've only got to see the quality of the performances here that have been bottled up, waiting to really excite everybody in a few months' time.
In the women's race, Kenyana Beatrice Chepkoech triumphed in a record equaling 14.44 seconds dash.
And we'll cross the line in 14:40, so that is actually...
The National Resistance Movement Party, through its legal team, is happy with the decision of court that was lodged against it by the NUP leader Robert Chagulanyi, challenging President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's victory. Now, during a media briefing at the NRM Secretariat, the head of NRM legal team, Oscar Chihika, says that the first court's decision showed them light at the end of the tunnel.
Court recently dismissed a petition amendment by NUP lawyers challenging President Yoweri Museveni's January 14th presidential election victory. The head of NRM legal team, Oscar Chihika, told the media in Kampala that they are happy with the first victory so far registered.
We have experience on handling presidential election petitions, and we knew it was always going to be a difficult task. That is why we started preparations as far back as November, knowing what to expect just in case a petition comes in. So when the petition eventually was filed, it found that we had covered a lot of ground, and that's why we are reasonably confident about what we know is coming ahead of us.
On the application challenging the Chief Justice Owiny Dollo's participation in this petition hearing, Chihika says the applicant Mabilins did not follow the right procedures, so application won't be given audience.
For an application of such a nature, first and foremost, you have to be a party to the case. In this case, Mabilis is not one of the parties. Neither is not the petitioner, nor is he any one of the respondents. This letter does not follow the procedure that is set out for an application of such a nature. There was specific rules relating to recusal of judges.
Meanwhile, the NRM emerged the winner of the most posts in areas where election had either been cancelled or skipped.
NRM won the majority of the seats in most positions being contested, and we thank the voters for trusting the mighty party NRM.
On professional level, Chihika advises the public to avoid commenting on the merits and demerits of the petition to allow court to deliver its judgment. Sebira Andrew, UBC News.
In more news, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has called upon all churches to use their available pieces of land productively, saying that this will help them generate income for the church. Kazimba says time has come when the church can no longer only depend on donors and offertories from Christians. Now, this was during his pastoral visit to South Ankole Diocese in the Tungamo district, where he also toured and commissioned various diocesan projects.
South Ankole to have this project of coffee totaling to 285 acres is such a blessing. And this is just representing the whole diocese, where every church has been requested to plant 5 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres. depending on the land they have. This is very important. No land grabber will go to grab a land which is being used. But also this is very useful as far as income generating projects is concerned. The church cannot depend on just offertories and tithe. It will depend on what we have around us.
The process ran tight. We have already started, but at the same time, if the church land is idle, so the grabbers will come in because they find air, and on air you fry like a bird. So we are encouraging all the Christians and lovers of the church to make sure that every church land has a title, but also preserve and guard jealously those grabbers who want to take church land.
Mityana District Woman Member of Parliament Judith Nabakova has done a lot for her people's socio-economic aspirations through boosting social services at all levels, mainly in health and education. Now, the minister is also renowned for supporting the common person against land grabbing and taxation, as these details share with us.
Besides support to the health and community development initiatives, Nabakova's assistance has been equally felt in other sectors like the education in Mityana district.
For sure, before what our Honorable assisted us in, like this water supplier, water reservoir, we had a problem that according to the population we have, our children could suffer a lot in getting water to take, to drink.
Government in our term of office has supported us overwhelmingly. They gave us 5 primary schools under World Bank project. One district getting 5 primary schools, good schools, classes from P1 to P7. A number of classroom blocks have also been put up in the different sub-counties of the district. There were a few parishes that were missing. There were like 2 parishes that were missing primary schools, but as we speak now, we have only 1 parish which is missing a primary school, that is Busendi parish in Kalangal sub-county, but the rest of the parishes are covered.
Mityana Muslim Primary School has been one of the benefiting institutions from Minister Judith Nabakova's support to education schemes.
How moving away from the office, for sure we are going to be affected so much.
Being a day and boarding school with over 500 learners, life without a stable and reliable electricity was hard until Nabakova stepped in.
Honorable Nabakova, nze wano wendinga ku ssomero lino n'owalala wemba ntambuddeko abadde atukoledde omulimu gw'amaanyi era tujja kumusubwa nnyo.
But since that provision through her to our school of providing for us that solar system, for sure that problem is no longer there. So that service of educating our children at night or in the evening is now running on smoothly.
Nabakova's full and half bursary initiatives have also aided many families to acquire better education.
Nalina omwana wa mwannyinaze yajja waka nga azze kulunda nte, ne bwe ntunulira omwana nga mwana muto ne mmuteeka mu kusoma. Ne ntuukira Honorable, ne muga Honorable, nze sirina ssente, ndi musajja mulimi era mulunzi. N'anziggyako omwana oyo n'amutwala kuva mu kibiina kyali kya kutaano P7 omwana n'afuna first grade. Honorable teyakomaawo, omwana n'amunziggyako n'amutwala, kati wenjogerera omwana oyo ali mu senior ya kusatu. Naye bawangudde Honorable Nabakova nawulidde nga nze nsanyaladde mu mutima gwange.
For those whom I was supporting as far as school fees is concerned, we shall sit and make a plan of probably how to integrate them into the USE schools. Because I believe with USE, the fees are low compared to the private schools. So I'll try to engage them to see whether they can buy to get their children from the private schools, and then we take them to the government-aided schools.
Amidst all this, a vacuum created by her exit as Mityana District Woman Member of Parliament will be felt not only in education sector, but in sectors like infrastructure, where she had initiated many road construction projects in the area.
Those are government projects. We shall keep on following them. Once government has pledged, has committed itself, it has to deliver. So we will continue from the background, pursuing and persuading government to fulfill those commitments.
Nabakoba has also been at the forefront of uniting different religions, not only in Mityana, but in Greater Mubende sub-region. She has also worked tooth and nail when it comes to fight for the common person against land grabbing, taxation, among others. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Mityana.
In our headline stories, Ugandans have joined the rest of the world to commemorate Valentine's Day despite the low turn-up at places of entertainment due to COVID-19. Now, vendors also complained of low turn-up in gift purchase. Ordinarily, Valentine's Day to Ugandans is a day of showing love to loved ones, and this is manifested through gifts exchange, parties, among other feasts. Let's take a look.
Valentine's Day is an initiative of Pope Galatius way back in the 1st century, circa 496 AD. This was in remembrance of Saint Valentine of Rome, who died on the 14th of February, 269 AD. In Uganda, this day gained momentum in the 1990s through Peter Sematimbe, renowned journalist, come politician, who preached the gospel of love to Ugandans, copying his lifestyle from the Americans. In the wake of COVID-19, however, the day has this time around been marked without the usual pomp and ceremony.
Compared to the previous years, we've managed to have a big turn-up of people buying gifts for their lovers. It can be your lover, it can be your parent, it can be your wife, it can be your sister, brother, and any other person.
Due to the low turn-up of gift buyers, especially Valentine followers, vendors have made little or no profits, and so have been hoteliers and restaurant operators.
tetuliko nti tukolera muntu mugagga mwerere era ojja kusanga nti tupurintinga ebifaananyi ebyebisatu nti omuntu ajja kujja kugamita ine enusu kusatu tumupurintingire tupurintinga omuntu agala essaawa y'emitwalo 15 tugimuwe.
I'm Ivan Juko, reporting for UBC here in Kampala.
Well, for most of us, our day was spent at work, but for other people's Valentine's Day has just begun. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Let's take a short break, and when we return, we'll be back with more news tonight. Stay tuned.
How do you do? We're here to show some appreciation for the things you do. Sent you for today, and we sent you for tomorrow. Sent you for every time and everywhere you go. We love you so, and we enjoy life with you. We are happy to know that we will go with you. That's why we say, thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah.
Thank you for choosing MTN. Use MTN mobile money, bundles or other services to get Thank You points. The more you use, the more Thank You points you get. We look forward to many more years together. Thank you.
day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we are not going to leave anything on our plates, because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
We can't tolerate sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment is unacceptable in our school.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue, also on YouTube under the name tags UBC TV Uganda. We'll now take you to the world of business. The State Minister for Mineral Development, Mrs. Sarah Opendi, has said Buhweju is one of the districts that is well endowed with gold and several other minerals, but still under the poverty line. Now, she was handing over exploration licenses to Buhweju District Miners Cooperative Society in Kajani.
The State Minister for Mineral Development, Ms. Sarah Opendi, is not happy with foreigners' involvement in the mining sector without necessary license. Opendi says government is organizing the mineral sector so that more revenue is derived from its natural resources. She was handing over exploration license to Buhweju District Miners Cooperative Society at Kajani. This was at Kashenyi, Kajani Town Council Playground, Buhweju District.
It's high time that we really ensure as a sector that we have a register of all those who are in this country and doing the mining. We've also seen a situation where some of these people, when they die, the local authorities have nowhere to take the bodies because they are not known, they have no address. So these are issues that we have to address in the mining sector. But also we want to appeal to all those with the license holders, whether it's exploration or mining, please have a record and a register of all those who are employed in the mines.
Opendi, however, says the community is only let down by poor roads network.
Indeed, the roads are not good. I just want to assure the people of Buhweju that we definitely should be able to work on these roads and have them tarmacked. That is government's priority. Government has put in a lot of resources in extending tarmacked roads to different parts of the country. We all know that when we have an organized minerals sector, we shall be able to get more income than even the oil that we are talking about. And therefore, this should help us to work on these roads, not only here in Buhweju, but also in other parts where mining is going on.
The spokesperson, Buhweju District Miners Cooperative Society, Dosdit by Nomgisha, disclosed that artisanal miners in Buhweju District want government to improve transport system in the area by constructing a road to ease movement of goods and services.
We need clear roads. That is the number one. Number two, because for sure, we know very soon this will be a busy district in mining. Where are people going to pass? We need roads. Of recent, we have had Chinese here. Mining, they took a lot of gold. I think a ton could have gone. What have we been left with? And after all, they were not, it was prospecting and exploration. But they did mining. But now that we've started it, we want government to come in such as that this industry can boom.
Buhweju woman member of parliament Oliver Katwesije Koichenga said gold mining in Buhweju is a major source of income. Buhweju County MP Francis Mujuche said the district is among the poorest districts in the country, yet it is well endowed with natural resources.
I appreciate that we must do this mining well in mind that there are other people who are going, first of all, to come after us.
So they must do it sustainably, but also they must not destroy the environment. They must not pollute the environment. So do the mining sustainably, but also don't destroy the environment or even pollute it.
Now, Uganda Bati, a building construction supplier, has unveiled SAF-Build, a new building solution whose setup reduces the property development delivery time and expenses incurred by contractors and customers. The State Minister for Housing, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, recognized the need for efficient construction projects. He, however, called on the stakeholders to consider affordability of the targeted customers. Well suited for the construction of warehouses, factory sheds, parking sheds. The structures are optimized using high tensile galvanized steel to ensure structure maximum strength.
I wish to say that Uganda Society of Architects, really, we support and promote innovative design, building solutions, and even building products, that of course we look out for quality and excellence.
SAF-Build is a pre-engineered steel building solution made from high tensile, cold formed and galvanized steel structures that are easily assembled on site within a space of 12 weeks.
Business, of course, is important to us, but we believe that connecting the communities in which we operate has a much bigger impact at the end of the day, making sure that we collaborate with the communities. We are really, actually works very well.
The State Minister for Housing, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, has tasked Uganda Bati to prioritize training Ugandans so as to benefit the livelihoods of citizens and their families.
We've requested Uganda Bati to train Ugandans, especially our young people, so that they have skills to put up these structures, so that we are able to see this kind of technology extended to different parts of the country. We wouldn't want to say an expert has to fly from Nairobi to come and construct this kind of structure in any part of the country.
The construction industry contributes over 12% of Uganda's GDP and has witnessed steady growth for the last 20 years. However, low levels of technology utilization, outdated construction methods, and lack of financial capacity still hamper the sector.
Your safety while using electricity starts with having a certified technician to wire your premises. Do not use Camille
socket. Chisaka, now that the wiring is complete, how do I get power?
No, I'll get you power in my own way. And you don't even have to worry about the bills. I'll bring them myself. Is your neighbor there?
She went to work.
Does she have power?
Yes, she has.
If your neighbor has power, you have power. Desist from illegal connections because they are not only dangerous, but could lead to prosecution and death.
Chisaka, what is this? Oh my God, I'm from Umeme.
I did not say Umeme. I am from Umeme. At Umeme, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to Umeme when you detect them. Download the Umeme app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. Umeme, powering Uganda.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. From now on, we are not going to leave anything on our plates, because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
Welcome back. It's now time for the sports news. Tororo has been the site for the 2021 National Cross Country Championships. Though it missed key protagonists like Joshua Cheptegei and Jacob Kiplimo, those present made it memorable. Let's take a look.
Hosted at Tororo Golf Course, the event was used to select a national team that will represent at the Africa Cross Country Championship due in Togo next month. It was in 5 categories of junior boys and girls, senior men and women, and the mixed gender race. Minus Joshua Cheptegei and Jacob Kiplimo in the senior men's race Prison Athletics Club's Hosea Kiplagat triumphed, followed by Geoffrey Kusuru and Arua's Samuel Kibet.
So it was my advantage because Jacob Kiplimo and Joshua Jeptege those are the world championship. They are more stronger than me. Now I'm the upcoming athlete of Uganda. I've just ran for something like 5 years now. Yeah. So I can see even when they were to be inside, anyway, I was going to get some experience from them.
This race also had Olympic champion Stephen Kiprotich in a distant 11th, but he's proud to be a part of this for as long as it boosts morale of the youngsters.
I come here to model my teammates. You know, I'm running for a club, and I've come to support my club. And I think I've helped my club so much. I have much for the team, but the only this guy in the competition. Yeah.
In the senior women's race, Peruth Chemutai won gold, with Doreen Chemutai and Doreen Chesang in close pursuit.
I'm feeling okay. I enjoy.
Uganda's middle distance runners Halima Nakai and Winnie Nanyondo are also part of this race, but purely as practice ahead of bigger international meets.
First of all, I've come to check on my endurance because now we've been doing our preparation for Olympics, mainly the build-up. So today I've participated in 10 kilometers. Those are like 25 laps on the track. So the main purpose is to check how my body is. So I'm happy. My body is responding very well, and I'll keep on doing the right thing at the right time. I know I'll do well in Olympics.
This edition was graced by a host of international entries from Spain, USA, and South Sudan, who lauded organizers for granting them a memorable experience.
I feel very good. I am very happy for run with the best athletes in the world, like Ugandan. So I'm very happy and motivated for the future races. So I think the 17th position for me is very good, and I'm very happy.
In the male junior category, Dismas Nyoko of Uganda Wildlife Authority finished first, with the KCCA duo of Rogers Kibet and Leonard Chemutai finishing second and third. In the female junior category, Priska Chesang, Scarlett Chebet and Teddy Chekwemoi finished first, second and third respectively. In the mixed gender race, Kapchoro Athletics Club's Shaolin Chelangat was excellent among the women, while UPDF's Hilary Biwot was impressive in the men's race. The podium finishers are for now assured of a place on the national team that will be confirmed by Uganda Athletics Federation to compete at the Africa Cross Country Championship in Togo next month. John Barnes, Sentamu, reporting.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the news tonight. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. Up next is the weather update by Semper Alex Kim.
Brought to you by At Umeme, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to Umeme when you detect them. Download the Umeme app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. Umeme, powering Uganda.
You're welcome. Here is the latest in weather from the Weather Center with the Semper Alex Kim. In the morning hours, various parts of the country, especially the Lake Victoria Basin, had some light isolated rainfall, whereas in the afternoon, most parts of the country had some light showers. Well, by 9 a.m. This morning, Jinja reported 43.0 millimeters of rainfall, while Kampala 36.9 and Entebbe reported 16.9 millimeters of rainfall. Now, the kind of weather we are having is mainly because of the moist southeasterlies coming in from the Mozambique Channel into our region, the reason for the wet weather conditions we are seeing. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, we do expect the southern sector of the country to have chances of some light isolated rainfall, whereas in the afternoon, we do expect a pickup of rainfall in most parts of the country. Well, this will affect temperatures to range between 31 degrees Celsius, that will be across Karamoja region, to 21 degrees Celsius, and that will be in Kawali Highlands. And elsewhere across the globe, we are forecasting cold conditions for London, Washington, as well as Beijing, with Beijing at only a daytime high of 3 degrees centigrade, but also a continuation of falling snow. And that is all we had time for. Join us again tomorrow, same time.
to you by...
At Umeme, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to Umeme when you detect them. Download the Umeme app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. Umeme, powering Uganda.